Hello, welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today, we're going to be walking through the only 5 barbells that you're ever going to need in your home gym. Plus, maybe a bonus bar in there that I highly recommend. But here's the twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be ranking these bars in the exact order that I would personally buy them. So the first one is going to be the first bar that you need to buy, right? So for each category, I'm going to show you 3 options. Some of them I've tested, some of them I haven't tested. And I'm going to rank them. So that could be budget friendly, high end. I'm just going to do whatever is what I think is going to be my favorite at that price point, or in that category. So I'll explain what each one is in a little short synopsis, and then I'm going to give you again the third, second, and then the one that I would pick for each category. So I'm going to put all the links to all the barbells that are mentioned in the description, and many of them are affiliates. Meaning, if you pick those links, it helps us here at the Bar Gym Reviews, but no extra cost to you. So make sure you stick around to the end to see the bonus bar, and make sure you stick around and figure out which one you should buy first and which one you should buy last. So um, whether you're starting your home gym or just looking for the next barbell, here is your top 5 barbells that I would buy in order. Stick around and find out what's number 1. All right, so let's start with number 1 on the first thing you need to buy, and it's the foundation to any great gym or any great home gym, and that is the power bar. So, not a multi bar like the Rogue Ohio bar. I'm actually going to stick with a power bar specifically because of the center knurling. So, this is the go to for everything: squats, bench, deadlift, overhead press. Power bars typically are a little bit more rigid. They're the 29 millimeter up to 32 millimeter, but really it's 29 millimeters, the industry standard. It's designed to handle all of the use and abuse and heavy load with minimal whip. So I have 3 excellent options here for you that I believe are just the best 3 that I've seen out there in the community that I've used personally. So if I was going to buy it, bells of steel, power bar, sitting around that $255 range, which is a fantastic budget option for power bars. That's a solid build quality with solid knurling. Next, I would go with the Rep Double Black Diamond Power Bar, or you could do the Black Diamond Power Bar. Either one, I just like a little bit more grip. And that's sitting around $299, and I believe that's just a really, really great value for the amount of durable finish that you're going to get with a reputable brand like Rep. And then the last one, it's the one I would buy. It is the one I did buy, which is a Rogue Ohio Power Bar. I personally love the Cerakote version. Now, with all these barbells, you could start bare steel. You could go all the way up to stainless steel. For me, I love Cerakote because of the corrosion resistant finish, but I still believe that it maintains most of the knurling for power bars. Now, if the power bar is going to be a dedicated bar for like deadlifting or something, then maybe I would go something with bare steel or stainless steel so it maintains that full grip. Power bars are the heart of the gym, heart of the home gym, and they provide that foundation, that reliable foundation for all of your main lifts. So if there's a bar that I'm going to buy first, not a multi-purpose bar, but a power bar. And what I like the most is going to be the Rogue Ohio Power Bar. All right, so the next bar that we're going to buy, bar number 2 here, might be a surprise to some, but that's going to be a curl bar. So I think that a curl bar, or better known as an easy curl bar, it's a bar that has angled grips, right? It reduces strain on your wrists, your elbows, and it's really for curl skull crushers, maybe even rows. But let's be honest, guys. We always want bigger arms. So I think the curl bar, being a specialty bar, I think it's one that's very easy for us to have a good entry level. I don't think you need to spend too much on a curl bar. I do have some gripes with curl bars. We're going to talk about it. So the first up, I think this is your basic budget friendly, especially if you're just starting out, which is the Synergy Easy Curl Bar. It does come in a rackable version, but they start about $90. Next, this one seems to win all the awards for like the most used, or the one that everybody likes the most, which is the Rep Curl Bar, starting at about $150. There is a rackable version, chrome coated. I really like it. I would put it all the way up there if it wasn't for one other bar that I like just better for all around use. And I do have one big gripe, but that is going to be my last option, the option that I did pick, and I would pick again, which is the Rogue Curl Bar, just because of its high quality finish. I have it in the black zinc. And I'll be honest with you, the biggest thing that sets this apart at the end of the day for me, especially from the rep one, is how it's knurled pretty much throughout all of the bends. And if you look, and I'll show you pictures because I've seen the rep curl bar. The rep curl bar has it kind of just here, and there's bare spots in the middle. You know, we're all about comfortability, micro adjustments, and if I don't have my entire hand feeling the knurl, you know, it's just not going to be working for me. However, I would not break the bank on your curl bar purchase, right? So there's a million and one options out there for you. But if you're going to go premium, Rogue Curl Bar, there's obviously a rackable version of each. So let me know in the comments. Are you more of a rackable curl bar kind of gym owner or one that's not rackable? As you can see here, I don't like the rackable ones. It just, I'll be honest with you, the number one movement's gonna be curls. And to me, the weight just seems super pushed out there. I just don't like that feeling. You know, personal preference there. So let me know, are you rackable or unrackable? So for me, my number one on that's going to be the Rogue Curl Bar, but there are plenty of great options out there. All right, so number three here is going to be an absolute game changer when it comes to your squat day, and that's a safety squat or an SSB bar. So this is designed, honestly, mostly just to reduce your shoulder and back pain, and that cambered shape, and it's got a padded yoke here for you, and it just makes it more comfortable and maybe even safer. Honestly, though, it is kind of a game changer for the core because it brings you forward, especially if you're talking about different types of SSB. Some of them do it a little bit more, a little bit less. So here are the three that I came up with. So number three, so not the one I would absolutely buy, but I think for some of you, you would want to buy. This is kind of like this is everything, right? This is everything you want. The kitchen sink. It's going to be the Kabuki Transformer Bar. It's an adjustable camber bar. It's top tier quality, and you can change every single part of the strength curve for it. You can do front squat. You can do regular back squat. You can kind of do everything. Next for me, and we're talking almost $800, right? So the Bells of Steel Safety Squat Bar, the SSB4, that one's rolling in at around $354, $355. It's got a great build and different handles, which I really wish my rep safety bar would do. So speaking of rep safety squat bar, sitting around $350, I think it's great for most lifters. I think it's the perfect sweet spot when it comes to the pricing, the quality, and then the brand itself and how reputable it is. So I think this bar is essential if you want to go heavy squats, kind of without, you know, hurting yourself. I don't want to say hurting yourself, but, you know, getting that shoulder pain, maybe your elbow pain, that upper back pain for some of us that really have to pinch in there. So power bar is the foundation. Curl bar is great for all the other accessories for curls, triceps, everything else. We can't skip leg day, right? And for a lot of us, as we get older, right, and a little bit less mobile in the shoulders, a safety squat bar is great to add to your gym space. So this is going to be the number three, the third thing, or the third barbell that I would buy, which would be the safety squat bar. My pick for this category is going to be the rep safety squat bar. All right, so number four here is going to be a trap bar, aka hex bars. It's a neutral grip by design, reduces the lower back stress that is caused by traditional deadlifts, but you can also do carries and other things. I think it's great for beginners, but also something that seasonal lifters that they can use, right? So I'm going to give you three solid options here. So one that I've looked at before that I think is just a good entry kind of level is the Fringe Sports Midas Open Trap Bar, sitting around $300. It looks honestly pretty cool with the gold sleeves. It doesn't have any, you know, rotating handles. There's no bells and whistles here, but for $300, it's a pretty good entry level kind of open trap bar, right? Next is going to be Bells of Steel Open Trap Bar, the 3.0 version, coming in about $285. And I think this is just such a budget-friendly option that I couldn't leave it off the list, especially after reading some of the comments that it does have pretty solid knurling. Now, I've never felt that myself, but just judging by the comments, it's got great reviews. Last, this is the one that I'm gonna pick, right? This is the one. If I had to buy a trap bar today, it's just the best value mixed with premium, and that's gonna be the Rep Open Trap Bar. Comes in at about $400, although I'd get the rotating handle, so we're talking probably in the 420s, 430s. And I just think it has too many premium features at the price point to not say it's not number one, right? So again, I think that after you get your power bar and your curl bar, and then that safety squat bar, an open trap bar is great because you can do obviously deadlifts a little bit safer, but also you could do farmers carries, and for the rep one, it's got knurling. You could use it as like a crazy cambered bar as well. So I think that the open trap bar market exploded a few years ago, and I think now everything's just becoming a little bit more refined, but also a little bit more affordable. And I just think it's a great option at my number 4 spot here, which is trap bars, specifically open trap bars. All right, so last but not least on my list here, per se, it'd be the 5th thing that I would buy, or that I'm probably going to buy, and that's going to be a deadlift bar. So a deadlift bar is a little bit thinner in diameter, usually about 27 millimeters, has more whip, allowing you to build tension and pull a little bit heavier weights, gives you a little bit more leverage coming off the floor, and I have 3 solid options here, and I'll be honest, I haven't used any of these. This is purely off of reviews, price point, and just things that I've seen in the home gym community, and people that I've asked in the home gym community. So number 3 is going to come in, is going to be the Rep Hades Deadlift Bar. I think that Rep is really starting to build a name here in the bar space, and sitting at $340. I just think it sounds like an excellent bar. It seems like most reviews love the coating and they love the knurling. So I think it's a great starting point. Next would be the Rogue Ohio Deadlift Bar. Personally, I'd get the Cerakote, but if you're a real guy, you would probably go for the Bare Steel because you want that, you want nothing in between that grip. But for me, I like my barbells to look nice. So, I'll probably do that. But it also is really aggressive knurling, and with the Cerakote, it's got that rust resistance, right? And then number 1 here, and I don't know if it's just, Rogue, it's hard not to beat Rogue, but I think it's just probably the lore, but it's going to be the Texas Deadlift Bar. Probably the Bare Steel version, coming in around $389. I think it's just like the OG deadlift bar. I feel like all the biggest deadlifters in the world, like they're probably picking a Texas deadlift bar. Now, I'm making this 5 on the list, but maybe 5A, because I think deadlifts, they're not your priority, then maybe my next one will help. But I feel like with a deadlift bar, you get more weight, and it's got that more whip, and it just makes deadlifts better. And honestly, maybe it's just an ego thing. Maybe it makes you lift a little bit more. I don't know. So deadlift bar coming in at number 5. We'll call it 5A. All right, and finally, 5B here. We're going to call it bonus bar maybe. Depends on your goals. I went with deadlift. You might put this ahead of it. Kind of interchangeable. I would just do deadlift first. That's going to be a cambered multi-grip bar. So this bar is a Swiss Army knife of pressing and rowing, with multiple grips, multiple handles, different angles, camber, and it just really helps, honestly, with joint health. So 3 options I'm going to give you. Number 1 is going to be like a budget option. I think it's just overall a great option for anyone that just wants one and doesn't want all the other frills. That's going to be the Bells of Steel Omni Bar, sitting around $250. So this is a budget-friendly, solid knurling, comfortable grips, and who can complain about the price tag for your joint health, right? Next is going to be like one of the OGs, the one that everybody's chasing when it comes to multi-grip bars and camber bars, and that's going to be the Kabuki Cadillac bar. It is sold by Rogue now. It is sitting around $495, which is pretty pricey, but it's rackable, versatile, and honestly, it's all about that premium build, and everybody says that the angles and the handles are just perfect, right? Last, but meaning first, this is the one I would pick if I had to buy right now, which is the Rogue MG4CN. Rogue, pick a different name. So that's that multi-grip narrow bar. Sitting around $395 to start. The narrow design is excellent, and it makes it more balanced from what I've been told, and the grip positions are pretty much unlimited because you can buy different handles, different angles. You can buy different finishes, stainless steel. There's a lot of options. Now, it does start at $395, which is deceiving because most of us are going to try to upgrade a little bit, and we're going to obviously make it a little bit better, right? So that can balloon the price. So this bar keeps training fresh, reduces injury risk, and helps us build muscles from new angles. So again, let me know, what would you pick? Would you put a deadlift bar above like I did, or would you flip it? So where would you rank those two specifically? So 5B is going to be the cambered multi-grip bar. All right, so there you have it. The six barbells that I would personally prioritize if I were building a home gym all over again in the exact order that I would buy them. With each type, I did give you 3 solid options, whether you're looking to save some cash or you're going to go all in on premium. And honestly, some of them you can go all in on, or you can save some cash. Like I said, maybe the curl bar, right? So if one of these bars caught your eye, make sure you check out the description below. I'm going to link every single one of those bars that I mentioned today. Some of them have affiliate links. Honestly, not all of them. And it really just helps support the channel. So, this helps bring real reviews, zero fluff. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't cost you anything. And also, I think almost all of the top options I picked, I don't even have an affiliate link with, right? So we're going to keep it honest around here. So, use those to help the channel or don't. So if this helped you out, hit the like button, subscribe for more home gym content. Let me know in the comments, which bar are you picking up next? Did I pick the right order, or did I miss a bar that deserves to be in that top 5 or the top 3 of the top 5, or however you want to do that? It's confusing. I don't know, right? So, and then, let me know. Should I do more top 5 videos? I think people like those. I don't know. We'll see. So thanks again for watching the bar gym reviews. And I'll see you guys next time.